So we all know what this video is about. I decided to wait until the end of the week to upload this, to even make this in general, because I wanted to make sure all the facts had came out. I didn't want to go off of emotion when making this video. I just wanted to go off of logic and just reasoning and also understanding too, to a certain extent, of course. But the whole topic of this video, Kyle Larson deciding to use racial slurs during an iRacing stream, during Landon Castles, nonetheless, which really sucks because Landon was putting on a great event, and just talking to him personally, he's a cool dude, so it kind of sucks he was involved in the middle of this. But yeah, I'm not gonna play the video. We've all seen it at this point. Larson clearly says it, and to anyone who even decides to even remotely defend that, even the slightest, you are absolutely ignorant. He clearly said it. It was pretty obvious he said it. He didn't say clinger. He said the other version of that dreaded word. But I am shocked. Number one. Kyle Larson was the last person I would ever expect to say that. And I'm just so conflicted too. It's just, when you just think about his background, him being half Asian, you would think he would know better. Him coming from NASCAR's diversity program, that's a black eye on that program as a whole, just from that perspective. And it's like, it's not even their fault either. I mean, you can't control that one of their graduates says something stupid like that. But just thinking about the incident, just in general, just how stupid do you have to be? Just when you think about the position he's in, one of the up-and-coming stars in all of NASCAR. Just a few weeks ago, Larson was being linked to teams such as Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibbs, like whether he would have actually ended up with, high caliber teams such as those I just listed. But now it's pretty much decided at this point. Larson's done for the foreseeable future. And I found it just super crazy that not even a week has passed since this incident, and his name is already being linked to Stewart-Haas Racing by some of you guys. And I don't get it. No mega buck team, no contending team is going to sign Kyle Larson at any point. Talking about the fans for a little bit, I was a little disappointed in some of them as well. Some of this community, honestly. I thought we made better strides than that. And watching MDK's video, he basically hit it right on the head. I thought we had made better strides towards that, but I guess not. Because, as soon as this happens, everyone's like, well, not everyone, I'm sorry, but as soon as this happens, a lot of y'all, like, a lot more than I thought, just immediately start going and defending him. Just saying, well, if rappers use it, then he can use it. Or it's just a word, It's just so disrespectful. You just shouldn't say it at all. Nobody should ever say it. But thankfully, NASCAR as a whole has laid the hammer down. Indefinite suspension, sensitivity training soon to come. Chip Ganassi Racing not letting this slide either. At first, indefinite suspension without pay, and eventually was released once this was picked up by some other news outlets. There's no escaping this. There's no coming back from this right now. Larson, for now, is done in NASCAR. And this will, without a doubt, go down as one of the biggest wasted talents in NASCAR history. I know it's been less than a week since this incident happened, but I can't think of anyone else bigger right now. The sport really hasn't been in this situation before. Like, growing up, drivers, like, you didn't grow up with certain drivers just blurting out racial epithets or slurs or whatever. The fallout is being felt not only on Larson's side, but really everyone inside the sport is feeling it. It doesn't matter if you're a fan or if you're one of the higher up execs. Now we have to defend our beloved motorsport against the entire country. Because now the stereotype is back. NASCAR's racist. Only rednecks watch it. And, that's just not the case. Yeah, it's based in the South. Yeah, the fan base is predominantly white, but that doesn't mean it deserves to have all these negative stereotypes, man. I understand the history, though, especially in the 50s and 60s when it was starting off. I mean, what Wendell Scott had to go through, I get that. But that hasn't been the case for a while now. And for motorsports as a whole in North America to still get this negative stereotype is ridiculous. But unfortunately, Larson set us back 30 years. It's like what the NR 2003 crew chief said. It's like, hey, congratulations, you set us back 30 years with that move. That's basically what happened. At the end of the day, Larson is going to eventually get a second chance. When you are as talented as he is, talent like that will always get a second shot. I'm just glad that on NASCAR's front, they didn't let him off lightly, and Chip Ganassi had no choice. He did the right thing. It was becoming a PR nightmare, and if they had kept him any longer, it was only going to get worse and worse. I find it ironic that in the video talking about him before this incident, I had said at the very end, appreciate what we have now because you never know when it's going to be gone. And Larson didn't appreciate the position he was in. He wasn't deserving. At the end of the day, everyone deserves a second chance, and he will eventually get his, and I wish him nothing but the best on that front. But I will certainly be one of those people who will forgive, but is never going to forget. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.